are there one or two things that you think made you stand out, made you get to this point as you were interviewing with these companies and having these conversations? Was it like how genuine you were? Was it your background? Was it what you said in the interviews? Was it how you followed up? Was it a combination of just everything? Like if you had to just boil it down, what do you think kind of made you guys get to this point?
I spent like 2 days writing out my 3 minute tell me about you, like your story. I put a lot of time into that because I have two jobs on my resume that are both a year long, and I know that doesn't look good.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to make sure I had a really good story, and also being able to tell a good story, I think, is an important part of the role I'm looking for. In addition to that, I did treat my potential employers as like prospects, so I put them on a cadence. I showed them through my communication with them, like how I do my job.
Yep. Kevin, how about you?
Honestly, same thing. I just kind of put myself in the mindset that this is my job now to find a job and that I'm still in sales. Yeah. So I actually did the same exact thing. I wrote my script, which was like my story of going through, my experience all the way from running a bar in New York City to my sales journey, being able to put together that little elevator pitch. I think, like you said, the cadence of following up and being like still treating it like a kind of like a prospect as much as you would was extremely important. And I also took the time, I was going for more like senior roles at these companies, more leadership roles. So I took a lot of time to do the research of their company, and I came up with a list of almost 100 questions that I could ask about how their business runs, from everything from sales to technology. And I separated it by category. So tech, sales process, account management, finance, investors, etc. I had that all prepared for the interview. So no matter who they lined me up with, and I feel like I've met almost everyone at this company so far for some reason, I've had relevant questions, whether it's an engineer or a VP of sales.
That's so key. Definitely going in with a long list of questions, because I always imagine that after this, when you interview with 5 people back to back, what questions did they ask? Oh, they asked us all the exact same questions. And that's what I did right out of college. I just asked the same questions over and over again, Yeah. I think the best piece of advice I got through this process was ask questions as if you had the job. Ask questions about doing the job.
Both of you said this, those first 3 minutes, right? Like that hook in the beginning where you have the ability to grab their attention, dispel any objections that might be coming, and kind of form that first impression are so key, right? But you don't want to go so deep into it and like tell them your entire life story. So you want to kind of figure out like what is your, elevator kind of boilerplate, and then you can get into the details later on. Another thing that Kevin and both of you mentioned the importance of is asking really great questions, right? And that's like a huge tenet of sales, is letting the prospect talk, right? And leading the conversation, taking control. Ryan keeps control of the sale really well, right? You're able to basically have a cadence with these buyers, and they respect you for it, and there's kind of that mutual respect where when you're checking in or you're following up, it doesn't seem like you're just nagging them and trying to get a desperate response. It's just that you're doing your job really well,